Run for our money, and I really want to thank you for that. A little bit of my background. I have a Bachelor of Arts degree in Political Science and Theology from Pacific Lutheran University. From there, I progressed into the civilian version of the Navy nuclear program. I have a licensed reactor operator, 4.0 student there, and spent 6 years in the control room at the N reactor. 5 of those as a licensed reactor operator. The last year before I was promoted out into being a trainer, I was an SRO, senior reactor operator, which meant I was the control room supervisor. I also ran the training department at the N reactor, post 3 Mile Island. I was responsible for updating all of our training to meet the new 3 Mile Island NRC standards, as well as the new DOE standards, which ended up melding and becoming all one. Basically the same thing happened after Chernobyl and some other things too. I served on the Richland City Council for 14 years, 4 as mayor out of those 14. The developments along the Columbia River, the development up here at Queensgate, the development out of Horn Rapids, and almost all of the modern development you see in Richland occurred during my mayorship. I was not a very nice guy when that happened, but I did try to do the best I could to make sure that we made sound decisions and we got the job done, which we did. And sometimes it doesn't take being a nice guy. A lot of people that serve on the city council will tell you that in fact, they won't even go into that. So anyway, I served on the National League of Cities representing this state on the Community Economic Development as their chair, steering committee. The National League of Cities is run by 7 committees, steering committees. I served as chair for 1 year, served on the committee for 6 or 7. Then I was elected to the board of directors. There are 50 members of the board of directors. We set policy for the National League of Cities, lobbying. I also lobbied in Washington, D.C. very heavily. I put, I think, 70,000 miles of airplane miles traveling around the country, looking at 100 cities, as well as going to Washington, D.C. lobbying for the National League of Cities agenda. I served as chair of their Public Finance Committee. After I got my MBA, in 2001, I started my doctorate in finance and business administration. Yes, I'm a PhD dropout. So I got 2 years through, and this position opened up with the opportunity. And so my wife gave me an ultimatum: PhD, legislator. I took the legislator. So PhDs only make $60,000 a year, so that would have been an interesting, at the most, in the field that I was working on. I've won every election that I've been involved with, even in city council, by greater than 65% every time. City council, continually 70%. I don't know what the percentage will be for this. This is a very momentous election coming before us, and I'll talk about that in a second. The rest of my honors is that I've served and got Western Leadership Conference, 2006 Leadership Conference, and I've been selected as the only one from this state. There's only one person from each state selected as an emerging national state leader to attend training for a week in North Carolina sometime at the end of this September. Where are we at in this election? This election, at least for this position, is about leadership and vision. I provide leadership because I've been there, I've done it, I've done economic development. As Ms. Watkins can attest to, I was the first city, when I was mayor, that started giving the Visitor Convention Bureau money on an annual basis, about $55,000. The other cities followed suit with, I was going to say Mayor Beaver. I saw him walk in here. I don't think he's here. We formed the first mayor's conference in this region, which helped unify these communities. About vision, I've been very active in trying to promote economic development, as I said, with River Shore Development and the development throughout the city of Richland. I've also been involved in leadership in higher education. as well as helping with the STEM issues at the state level. And I've also would like to applaud you for your leadership issues on the Mid-Columbia Energy Initiative. We'll talk a little bit more about that later.
Thank you, Larry.
Thank you.
Now, yeah, the